You know, when you pick up a budget phone and you think to yourself, there's no way this phone can be any good. And that's exactly what I thought when I picked up the Honor X6c. You can pick it up on Amazon. It'll cost you around 90 quid. I think paid 100 quid, brand spanking new. And while the phone's not bad, in fact, it actually kind of surprised me in a couple of areas, but let's talk about it a little bit more. When it comes to the design of the Honor X6c, it's a pretty unsurprising affair. It's an all plastic build. You've got a very familiar camera housing, what you found on the regular Honor X6 and X6b. But overall, yeah, it's actually a really nice feeling design. It actually feels a little bit more rounded on these corners than what I found on the X6b. It might not be, but that's just one of the first things that I noticed when I picked it up. And yeah, overall, it's a really nicely designed phone. It's not particularly heavy, again, unsurprisingly from a plastic build. So yeah, it's about what you expect. You've got your 50 megapixel main camera there and a depth sensor, which I'll go into a little bit more in a minute. LED flash, and then, I don't know, some weird little other circular thing and a bit of Honor branding there. And I really like this color as well. It's a nice matte plastic finish, so it doesn't attract fingerprints either. So overall, really nice design. You've got 3.5mm headphone jack, which is great. Microphone on the bottom, USB-C charging port, single phone speaker, and then SIM tray at the top. So overall, as far as design goes with the X6c, pretty standard for budget Honor phones. And yeah, I haven't really got any complaints. And when it comes to the display of the Honor X6c, again, it's a pretty familiar affair. It has increased ever so slightly from the X6b. It's now a 6.61 inch TFT LCD display. So it's the same technology for the display, same chunky-ish bezels and a slightly thicker chin at the bottom. You do get a punch hole cut out for the 5 megapixel selfie camera, as opposed to the sort of dewdrop notch that you did get on the Honor X6b. And it's a little bit brighter as well, so it just peaks at 1000 nits as opposed to I think the X6b was 700 nits or something like that. So of course, not the brightest, but brighter than the previous generation. Viewing angles, you are going to get a little bit of reflections and that sort of thing. And you do get a pre-applied screen protector on there as well. I haven't really noticed, not really any ghosting around the edges of the display either. So that's something that's really nice too. And it's 120 Hertz. This is where it gets a little bit weird. I suppose you could say weird, so to speak. So the X6b had a 90 Hertz refresh rate. That did feel relatively smooth all the time. They've increased this to 120 Hertz on the X6c, but it doesn't always feel like it is 120 Hertz. Sometimes it can feel a little bit sluggish. Now, I don't know whether that's the processor inside or, I don't know, just the optimization of that refresh rate. It sometimes does feel that it drops down to 60 Hertz quite often, but at least the upgrade, so to speak, is there, 120 Hertz and a slightly brighter display than the X6b. So that's something to bear in mind if you want to pick up this phone. And it is, like I said, I think it's about 10, 20 quid more expensive than the X6b. So you're not paying a huge amount extra just for those slight extra features. Now, as for performance on this X6c, to be honest, it is very similar to the X6b. It's got a MediaTek Helio G81 Ultra built on a 12 nanometer architecture. Now, although it's got Ultra in the name and it sounds different to the G85 in the X6b, it's actually built on the same architecture as that G85. It's got the same cores, A75 and A55 cores, and it's got the same GPU as well. So overall performance is going to be basically identical, absolutely dependable for just, you know, social media stuff, using a bit of the camera, a bit of like gaming, and just flipping between a few apps here and there. You do get an increase of base RAM of 6 gigs as opposed to the base RAM of 4 gigs on the X6b. So that's a nice improvement if you're one that just wants to do just a little bit of sort of multitasking and stuff like that. Hopefully apps might open just a little bit quicker than it would on the previous generation. 128 gigs of base storage, which can be expanded with a micro SD card as well. So overall, as to be expected, performance isn't anything that's going to blow you away, but you can't expect it to at this low price. But performance is basically going to be, I would imagine, identical to the X6b. Let me know down in the comments what you think so far of the Honor X6c. I actually really like it. Subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this video, and drop a like if you are also enjoying this video, and let me know what you think so far. Let's move on. Now let's talk battery life on the Honor X6c. Now, the battery on this is a 5300 milliamp hours. Now, if you imagine that size capacity battery with a low-end processor, 720p display, that's something I forgot to mention. Apologies, it is a 720p display, not 1080p. 720p display, and it's only a TFT LCD. Unsurprisingly, you get some pretty fantastic battery life. You can get 2 full days of moderate use from this battery, no problem. And personally, I'm not one to quote 6-7 hours of screen on time, because let's be honest, when you're working a full-time job, who's got the time to spend that much time on their phone anyway? But for my use, absolutely fine to get you through a full day of moderate to heavy use and 2 days of light to moderate use, no problem. Charging speed is capped at 35 watts, which again, at this price, it's about what you would expect. I think it does 50% in half an hour or something like that. So it's not horrendous, but again, not the fastest on the market. But the real star of the show is that battery life. It is absolutely incredible. And then software wise, you are getting Magic OS 9 on top of Android 15. I'm not going to quote software updates because I've had a look online and I can't really find anything solid as to what you're going to get software updates. Maybe you'll get one, maybe a couple of major updates and then a couple or 3 years of security patches, but it's not going to be anything I wouldn't have thought as extensive as what they've just increased to 6 years on some of their other phones. But Magic OS is about what you'd expect from Magic OS on other devices. You do get the usual few unwanted apps that you might get on the phone. So you've got Block Blast, Booking.com and Trip.com. Not quite sure why you'd need both. TikTok's on there already, WPS Office, Reels, Shorts, whatever that, oh, it says TV. I don't know, maybe it's like a streaming thing. I've got no idea, never used it. LinkedIn is on there as well. But you've got the usual customization options with Magic OS with things like your themes and your wallpapers. You can really customize the phone to how you want it to look. You can download more fonts, you can download more themes and wallpapers. You can choose to pay for them. I don't. There's loads of really nice free ones that you can put onto your phone as well. So overall, a really nice software experience. I am a fan of Magic OS. I've made that very clear in a lot of my videos. And also, almost forgot, sorry. There is an AI button on the side of the phone, so you can press that and it will come up with AI assistant. Whether these sorts of things will change based on what you use the most on your phone, so you can click on that and it might bring up your most used apps, or it might well stay the same as quick shortcut to things like calculator, notes, torch and that sort of thing as well. So overall, it's a pretty standard Magic OS software experience. Don't hold your breath on software updates, but you get an Android 15 out of the box, which, yeah, pretty good. And then just lastly, onto this camera setup on the back. It's just one of the most basic camera setups I think you'll find on a budget phone. You've got a nice high resolution 50 megapixel main camera, but that other sensor is just a depth sensor to help with your portrait shots. Now, come into this with adequate expectations. In good daylight, the 50 megapixel camera does take some pretty decent shots that are social media ready straight out of the camera. You don't need to do too much to them, but don't expect really high quality photos coming from this camera because they're just not going to be there. But like I said, in daylight, they'll be absolutely fine. You can shoot 1080p video as well, which again, keep your expectations low. I'll say low. Manage your expectations accordingly, again, when it comes to the video quality as well. And then that selfie camera is just a bog standard 5 megapixel selfie camera. So unsurprisingly, the photos don't come out particularly great, even in decent conditions like this. And then of course, from both of the cameras, when the lighting drops, the quality deteriorates pretty quickly because quite often they're just tiny sensors that don't let in much light as it is anyway. So overall, if you want a phone that will just take some pretty good photos in daylight, this will do the job absolutely fine. But if you want something that's a little bit more competent, I'd personally maybe try and increase your budget to a slightly more expensive Honor phone like the Honor, where is it? Nope. Too many phones. Honor 400 Lite. Now you're going to be paying about a couple of £100 for this, but honestly, it's certainly worth paying that extra money. Check out my video on this Honor 400 Lite if you're interested in what this phone's all about as well. So basic budget camera, it will do the job in daylight, but that's about it. So that is just my very quick thoughts on the Honor X6c. Overall, I think for £90, it actually performs about what you would expect from a £90 phone, as long as you go in with appropriate expectations on not having the best performance, the best cameras, the best screen. If you just want a no-nonsense phone that does everything good enough, the Honor X6c is a pretty good option, and it's got that awesome battery life with fast-ish charging, 35 watts. It's all right. It'll get you charged up relatively quickly, but the battery life I think is the main selling point from my perspective for this X6c. It's not got a huge amount extra going for it in terms of going above and beyond and that sort of thing. Like I said, if you can stretch your budget a little bit more, maybe to the Honor 400 Lite, or to be honest, even the previous generation Honor 200 Lite, which you can get for about £150, is a vastly improved phone over this as well. I've got videos on both of those if you want to check those out as well, but do be sure to let me know down in the comments what you think of this Honor X6c. £90 does the job, but let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video. Trying to get to 20,000 subs by the end of the year. Probably won't happen, but I'd love it if you could help to make that happen. And I will see you in the next video.